Hello there. Happy Tuesday. It is day 8 of 75 hard. It is October 8th and we are rocking out at Brewers Bay Beach again this morning. Corey dropped me off about 30 minutes ago. I'm 30 minutes into my walk, and so I wanted to hop in, give you some motivation for this Tuesday, give you another beautiful view, have a beautiful day, that there's really no excuses no matter where you live, that you have to commute to go get your workout in or go set up shop somewhere at a co-working space. That really, I was like, okay, the commute was kind of light today, right? Like he dinghied me in for this walk and then he'll come pick me back up. Let's go look over there. He'll come pick me back up at that dock at the end of the beach here. And we'll take a little breather. I'll probably eat breakfast and then we'll go and work out. So I'll have a break in between, go work out, and then I'll actually get ready for all of my coaching calls today. And then I head over to the university library where there are private spaces. And so just to give you a framework, again, it's about 9:30 in the morning. We had a slower start. It was awesome. It was just a beautiful, beautiful night. Sunset was gorgeous. And then we made sure that we got to bed at a decent hour because I knew that this would be kind of a nonstop work day, right? Coaching day. And so I just, put that into reference to go, if you feel like, you don't have control of your day, I'm going to encourage the night before, really articulate to your partner, articulate to yourself, like this is the flow, right? I said, non-negotiable, we need to be at the gym by 10:30. However, the morning rolls out, I want to go do my morning walk, but that could have been at 7 a.m. and then I swam back, right? Or that could have been, at 8 and he picks me back up. We decided that we're just going to have a slow morning and then we'll just meet at the dock and I have all my bag, my lunch, everything prepped, waters, everything, that he'll bring 3 bags for me to take for the rest of the day. And then I won't be back down here until about 6 o'clock p.m. So it's just that forecasting piece to make sure that you think through what you need to do to set yourself up for success. That is the number one piece when you think about the daily win. I'm not worried about tomorrow, Wednesday, okay? I was worried about what did I need to meal prep for today, making sure that I hit my protein goals, making sure that I have, adequate amount of water, making sure that I have all of my little snacks in my cooler bag, just because it's not realistic for me to go anywhere, right, and go get a meal or anything like that. So it actually teaches you to be much more proactive in that planning part. And so what are you doing today if you're watching this live? Say hi, tell me where you're chiming in from. But what are you doing today to set yourself up for that level of intentionality and success? It's no one else's responsibility, right? Like it is solely my responsibility with no excuses to take 30 minutes this morning and make sure that I had everything lined out, including tonight's meals, so that I could think through, okay, when I get home at 6 o'clock and, 2 workouts, making sure I get done with all of my coaching calls and then making sure that I'm still, enjoying the rest of tonight. It took 30 minutes of preparation and making sure I have everything. So I pay that forward to you, that preparation is key, whether you're doing 75 hard or not. It is really making sure that you take, it literally took me 15 minutes to get the reading done today. And then I used, honestly, that last 15 minutes before I left to make sure that I had all my ducks in a row. The keys to my locker, the extra of this, all of my chargers. And so I just hope that that is a inspiration to you, that when you are running around the kids or when you have 6 other appointments that you need to complete for the day, run that movie through, right? If you've ever coached with me, I always say, play out the movie. Tell me what potentially could happen. So today it might rain. So I packed the umbrella just in case it will rain, because it sometimes does that in like a downpour out of nowhere. Played out and made sure I don't have access to any other food options. So making sure that I got that all completely prepared. So I played out the movie today to go, how do I want to front load that with having a buffer time on the front end of my coaching calls and on the back end. So I'm done coaching at 5 o'clock today, but I articulated to Corey, I need, probably 30 minutes just to close out my day. So that's not bleeding in to my night. So I can finalize communication and emails, check all of my text messages without looking at them throughout the rest of the afternoon. I will check them at 5 o'clock and respond accordingly. So it's just having these little milestones throughout your day to make sure that next thing you know, it's 6 o'clock and you didn't feel accomplished, right? Like that's the last thing I want people to feel, is that you were busy all day, but you were frustrated and you felt behind the 8 ball, if you will. I want you to feel completely empowered and proactive with no excuses. It is extreme ownership, right? I always say that, a CEO role of your life and of yourself is extreme ownership. Like I am Connie's extreme ownership, CEO, and insert yours, right? Like you are the chief extreme ownership person to make the decisions, to put the boundaries in, to say the yeses, to say the nos, and how much time you're going to allocate to different tasks throughout the day. And then tomorrow will be another high coaching workshop network day. I'm not going to expect myself to do new content or, be creating anything these next 2 days. That's going to fall on Thursday's time block because I need to be hyper focused in this lane. Okay. And I'm not going to be, meal prepping or doing anything in my personal life really for the next 2 days. It is me being all in so I can get completed what I need to get completed for these next 2 days. So if that is resonating with you, I'd love to hear in the comments what takeaways you have, how you could infuse that in terms of the way you set up your success. Now, the other nugget in this is your environment. So I could have gone back to the boat and work in the front berth, right? So we have a little office area that I could set up my laptop and coach the rest of the afternoon in the boat. But I knew for me, I wanted to be really focused. I wanted to be an environment where I changed it up a little bit, that it didn't feel like it was home. So for all of y'all that work from home, I will tell you that about once a week, I go in to a co-working space, or I go in to a coffee shop, or I go in and make sure that I'm sitting at a library, because it helps me remember that I'm checking in to work. It helps me get into the rhythm that you're not just letting the boundaries of leisure, you heard me say that so many times, work and leisure, work and leisure. It doesn't work. Leisure does not work. It is so wonderful to know I'm clocking in at 1, I clock out at 6 today. And I'm only one clocking in. Like it's me clocking into those sessions, but it's training yourself that leisure doesn't work. So the last outcome, as I am dripping sweat, even though it's not even that sunny today, but it kind of gets humid here, right? Is making sure that you create an environment that serves you well in terms of your productivity, your focus, your professionalism, the way you want to show up so that you don't have other distractions happening. It's a non-negotiable, right? And again, convenience is not always our best friend. Like it would be easier to go back to the boat today. It would have been easier to do my workouts maybe later today, but I know what happens. Scope creep is real and distractions are real, and you wanting to do something else because you get a little bit tired as the day goes on is real. So to ward that off, you always want to be stepping into environments that go, when I clock in at 1 o'clock today, I know I'm in full on entrepreneur mode. I know the tasks that I need to get completed because I have a compressed timeline. If I would have stayed on the boat, insert yours. If you would have stayed in your condo, if you would have stayed in the house, if you would have stayed in the kitchen or in the basement, all of a sudden scope creep just starts to unravel. You have more and more time, the laundry's sitting there, you've got other projects from the house or the garden. I have a lot of people that, I want to go work outside, Connie, but then I'm like 30 minutes in, the elements are not serving you well to get your 3-hour segment done. So you set up shop and then you have to go set up shop again and you've already lost momentum. You broke that flow. And so really, really be mindful of the environment you're setting up for yourself, that it is a time and a way that you feel like you're being your best CEO. And again, it doesn't have to be every single day, but in days like this, where I know I have back-to-back coaching calls and tomorrow back-to-back workshops, back-to-back networking and coaching calls. I choose to step into those environments where my distractions are extremely limited, right? My availability to what I'm gonna eat, when I'm gonna eat, how I'm gonna get my work done. I brought what I needed, serves so well. So if you've not found that environment, maybe start taking a list of what you need to be hyper productive for you moving forward. So I am going to give you one more view of how beautiful it is today on St. Thomas. It has just been a gorgeous, gorgeous morning. I went and read on the boat this morning. And again, if you have been to St. Thomas, tell me maybe your best experience, your best memory. Who'd you go with? Was it a family trip? What is a girls' trip? Was it a graduation trip? Was it with the kiddos on a cruise? But I always love giving you a little bit of insights and behind the scenes of where we wake up every day, at least for this week. So I hope those were wonderful updates. I hope those were tactics that you can use and move forward with. Again, if you have not subscribed to my channel, I would love for you to be able to push the thumbs up, give me a comment in this live video, and make sure you subscribe because I am not breaking the chain, right? There's no if I finish 75 hard. It's when I finish 75 hard, I'll be able to share some more takeaways of this being round 3. But again, never living full-time on a boat. So there's a little added challenge, right? Perceived challenge. And so subscribe, like, let me know if there's any other habit forming strategy you'd like to lean into, anywhere where you have an obstacle. I would love to be able to share some practical tips and ways that you can elevate the best version of yourself that has an exact translation, correlation into your small business. All right, I'm gonna finish up my walk and I'm gonna go meet Corey over at the dock. Enjoy your day, guys.